you need some forward help on the waiver wire this week, heading into the second week of fantasy basketball. Here's a few guys that definitely can help you. The first guy's Kyle Anderson of the Memphis Grizzlies. Anderson, the former San Antonio Spurs. He's been playing lights out the first couple games of the season. In his first game versus former team, the Spurs, 3 for 8 from the field, 37%. He added a 3 with 7 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and then he had a huge ball game on the 26 versus Atlanta, 8 for 15 from the field, 53%. 2 threes made, 20 points, 14 rebounds, an assist and 2 blocks. He qualifies a power forward and small forward in fantasy leagues. He's available in 64% of fantasy leagues, and he's getting major minutes right now for this ball club here, and he has a 4-week schedule coming up, which is solid. Anderson, he's going to give you a little bit of everything, it looks like, especially the rebounding is surprising to me so far. In 2 games, he has 24 rebounds. Looks like he'll get you about a 3 a game, and he'll help you field goal decently. So Kyle Anderson, like I said, he's out there in a bunch of leagues, and he's definitely worth the pickup with the minutes he's getting so far, with 30 and 36 in the first 2 games, and Brandon Clark taking a little bit of a backseat over there in Memphis. The next forward you should add on waivers this week is Nicholas Batum of the Los Angeles Clippers. Batum, he was a surprising signing this year for the Clippers. I know his elite days are over of being a huge fantasy player and a big guy, but he got his money in Charlotte. But so far, he's playing some decent minutes here for Los Angeles. And now with Kawhi Leonard down with the mouth injury, plus his, DMPs that are going to happen during the season for load management, I think Batum's a decent ad. So far in his first 3 games, nothing special, but he's getting anywhere from 28 to 30 minutes a game. In his first game at the Lake, is 1 for 4 from the field, 25%. He had a 3-pointer, 3.6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Then at Denver, the 25th, on Christmas, 5 for 8 from the field, 62%. Hit a free throw with 2 threes, 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. And then last night, in that embarrassing loss by 51 to Dallas, 2 for 4 from the field, 4 points, 6 rebounds, and assists. So Batum, he could do a little bit of everything in every stat category. He's not going to score major points anymore for this Clipper team, but like I said, with Leonard probably going to miss some games here and there. Also, Paul George, if he's going to be back on load management, I think Batum's a decent ad. He can help in a couple categories and stats, and he's available in 74% of fantasy leagues. So he's an easy get here. The next guy's DeAndre Hunter of the Atlanta Hawks. Hunter had a great season last year for the Hawks and fantasy basketball owners. And once again, he's come out playing well so far in his first 2 games of the season. At Chicago in Game 1, 5 for 6 from the field. That's 83%. 11 points, 3 rebounds, and an assist. And then his last game versus Memphis the other night in 35 minutes, 5 for 11 from the field, 45%. 2 threes, 15 and 11 with 3 assists and 2 blocks. So Hunter, he's going to play major minutes, even with Bogdanovich and Gallinari over there in Atlanta. And Gallinari was banged up already. He missed a game. Hunter's going to have a role. He's going to play, and he's available still in a whopping 63% of fantasy leagues. So if he's out there, you should go out there and run and try to get him. And he qualifies at small forward and powered forward. And this week, he's got 4 games coming up. So that's pretty good. The next forward you should get on waivers this week or free agencies, Keldon Johnson of the San Antonio Spurs. Another guy coming up through the ranks for the Spurs. And this kid so far, he's played pretty well and he's exploded. Him and Walker, 2 big ads this week off this Spur team. In his first game in Memphis, 5 for 10 from the field, 50%. He hit a 3, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Then versus Toronto on the 26th, 5 for 15 from the field, 33%. 12 points, 9 boards, a steal and a block. And then last night, a great game versus the Pelicans, 5 for 10 from the field, 2 threes, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and 2. Johnson, he's filling up the stat sheet for this Spur team, and his percentage has gone through the roof already. He's already owned in 49% of fantasy leagues, and he went up 7% this week, so he's available in 51% of fantasy leagues. I would go out there and get him. He's playing major minutes. He's having a role, and he's helping in a decent amount of categories. for fantasy teams right now. The next guy, Cedi Osman of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Osman, we've heard things over the years, how good of an overseas player he's been, but he's been up and down throughout his NBA career. But right now, the Cavs are 3-0, surprisingly. And in his first 3 games, Osman's played well. In the first game versus Charlotte, 4 for 9 from the field, 44%. Hit 3 threes, 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Then at Detroit on the 26, 7 for 12 from the field, which was 58%, 4 threes, 22 points, 4 rebounds, a steal. And then last night versus Philly in a blowout victory, 5 for 8 from the field, 62%, 2 threes, 14 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, a steal and a block. So Osman, he's going to score some points. He's going to hit some threes, and he could get an assist or 2 a game as well. So I think it's a decent ad. He's available in 91% of fantasy leagues, but his ownage is going up quickly at 5% this week. And he's another guy. This week they have a 3-day schedule, which still isn't bad, but he's got good matchups coming up. So if you need a forward, Osman ain't a bad ad, and he qualifies at small forward and powered forward. And the final forward you should add this week's Patrick Williams, the rookie of the Chicago Bulls. Williams, so far, he's played pretty well for the rookie, and he's getting some minutes as well, is Williams. In his first couple games, he's getting anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. In his first game versus Atlanta, 5 for 11 from the field with a 3, 16 points, 4 boards, an assist, a steal, and a block. Then versus Indy in his second game, struggled a little, 2 for 6 from the field, 9 points, a 3, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a block. And then his last game last night in a tough loss to Golden State by 1, 2 for 5 from the field, 40%, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. So Williams, I know that first game, he jumped out on you on the screen with the 16 points, but he's still getting playing time. He's a rookie, and he's the last guy on this list. But if you need a forward, if you're in a deep league, he's definitely worth an ad, and he's available in 73% of fantasy leagues. So take a look at Patrick Williams if you desperately need a forward, because he's the last guy on the priority list here. So he has a few forwards you should add here heading into week 2 of the fantasy basketball season.